And we are live recording. All right. Ronan, I still can't hear you, but let's kick this off. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are from. For this Power AMA. There was so much again this week. It feels like every week we have something just popping off for us. I was hopeful, super hopeful we could get some of the devs in today. From my understanding, Cut is traveling. So I don't think he'll be able to make it. Unfortunately, we really do need his help today because they launched the staking feature for Power. That will come up as probably the main topic today, and as the questions and concerns come in. I did want to go over a couple things before we start opening up to the questions. So the slogan contest, the slogan, is it the slogan contest? No, is that what we're calling it? Right, the slogan. There was an amazing anonymous community member who wanted to give away some power tokens and wanted to stay that way. So I don't even know who it is myself. So first of all, whoever you are, we love you and love what you're doing for the community. This was from them. So the slogan will be, I think it's ending today. The team will be selecting the best slogan. And I see some good ones in there. I just went back into it, and somebody's actually using artwork to make their slogan. I love it. Power lead the way. So if you guys haven't seen it, go into the socials channel and you can see some of the slogans that were put in there. That will be, I mean, there is so many. I put one in.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, there's so many. I love it. But this is great, right? And again, this is from somebody from the community, you guys. So I want everybody to know that first and foremost. So that's, again, thank you. And that shows the love that this community has. We've been through thick and thin. So if you still haven't put in a slogan that you want in the contest, drop it in the socials channel down underneath community fun. And then there's also something I really, really want to pump right now, and really want everybody to, oh, look at these, the logo and tiers contest. Oh my gosh, there's some good ones in here. I just went back into it already, and I'm liking these. Creating the logo for the tiers when we move into the new names that we as a community selected, which was wind, solar, hydro, and nuclear. If you're submitting your entries that we can then put onto the site, and I see some good ones. Oh my gosh, there's some good ones. Every day it seems like there's some new ones in there, and I'm loving them all. So please, if you're still able to do some artwork, if you're capable of being an artist, unlike me, you can't do stick figures even, please submit your work in there. Oh man, some of these are awesome. Oh, guys, take a look in artwork channel down below. What we're gonna do as a team, we're gonna select probably 4 and then let the community vote. Is probably what I think we were going. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Dabs, Ronan, I think that's what we had talked about. It's been a week, but we're gonna let the community vote because I can't select one.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to narrow it down to a couple.
Oh man, these are awesome looking.
There's just too many.
I mean, are you guys looking at these right now? Oh my gosh, these are awesome. Anyways, check those out, you guys from the community. Put your thumbs up on them, or put the reactions just so we can see what the community as well is liking. So that's something that's gonna be ending. I think we're gonna start looking at it probably tomorrow with the team. Start selecting our tops. But I definitely want as many options as we can select and put into the vote to see who's gonna win, and make sure the devs are paying attention as well. With that being said, the last thing I wanted to address, I got a lot of questions about the latest vote regarding the last investment. I am staying on top of the devs, making sure they do know about this. I think they've been distracted with the staking, but they do know. But I think it was worked in our favor, because if we would have invested the day the vote ended, we'd be in a world of hurt as the market's been red. But either way, we kind of Phantom's taken a hit. Either way, it is what it is. But the investment has not been forgotten, so I just wanted to let you guys know about that. So hopefully that answers some questions that we might get today. Ronan, and Dabs, I was going to give it to you guys for a quick update regarding the new UI. How are we doing?
Yep. So I got the UI to the point where Dabs and I can now collaborate. So the next steps is going to be connecting all of the visual components to the actual brains that are controlling the contract, and that's what the two of us will be focusing on over the next week. It's not very difficult work. I'd imagine we'll make really good progress on that this week. Now, there's some stuff we need some designs for, and then there's a bunch of additional features that Cut was mentioning and additional features from the community. So there's as we progress, more work keeps getting put on the plate here. So which is fine. It's going to come out really nice, but you know, what I'd like to do is get the design that we have wired up and working, and then add all the tweaks to it. So we're
Yeah.
making awesome progress. I think we'll be putting all of our progress in dev updates like we have, but um, there isn't going to be many pictures or anything to post beyond maybe one or two more updates, because all of the work that's being done to it now is like behind the scenes type stuff that doesn't really change how it looks. But we'll keep posting in there saying what's working and what isn't and what needs to be done, and get this thing pushed out ASAP.
Yes. Yes. Love it. All right. Well, let's keep those updates coming. I know it's taking a little longer than we anticipated, but as Ronan said, things keep changing. The farm aspect now that the staking and the farm aspect, we're talking internally as well. Is like, what, are we just going to leave that as it looks? Or are we going to do something to that now too? To Ronan's point, do we need some designs for that? Definitely got to get the devs involved and see what they're willing to start allowing some designers to have input. Because if you guys remember correctly, Alukavi was the one who originally made the design for the new UI, and we're gonna need some designers to try to pick up and continue. So something I'll be reaching out for, or if you are capable, reach out to me and we'll see what we can do and how we can implement it. I'd appreciate that. So with that being said, you guys ready for some questions? Bodzilla, let's bring you on up. Hello, hello. Can you hear us? You're on mute.
Hello?
Hello.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet. I was curious about the whole energy aspect. Have y'all heard anything along the lines of how y'all are going to incorporate that more?
So that's what we were hoping for with the devs being able to make it today, and sadly we didn't get them here. This was, and being brutally transparent, we were this was pushed to us at 5 minutes before you guys knew. So the mod team and everybody was trying to figure it out on the fly, just like you guys were. Um, I think the push was they were working on the staking and farming, and then saw an opportunity to get it going with the Andre how do you say his name? How do you guys say his name? I don't. But to jump into his competition, so they pushed it out. Could it have waited? Could it have been done later with more refinement from the team? Yes. So we don't know what the initial plan is with energy, but we're taking so many of the ideas that the community's already been throwing, and I'm throwing them at the devs in our chats that we have with them. I was like, hey, what is our plan with energy? Can we do this? Because I've seen some really good ideas with potential NFT boosts to our existing nodes. There's a lot that can be used. So I'm hopeful they're taking those ideas from the community at this point.
Right.
Yeah, if
Would there be? Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to say too, like, I think it's really important for the community to recognize that, like, this was coming in some shape or fashion a little bit later in the roadmap, and it was that competition that like really sparked the devs to leap into action and try to push something out there to basically buy our lottery ticket, right? And that's essentially what it was. So I know the community's reaction to this is mixed, but I think it's important to see that the devs saw an opportunity and jumped to try and get this thing out and like I said, buy us that lottery ticket. And I think that shows a ton of devotion from them. They're currently working on the new contract as well. I think this is part of that as well. So they're very, very dedicated to us and dedicated to this project's success. Do I feel that, it could have been done in a bit smoother fashion and with more notice and things of that nature? Absolutely. But I think it's important to look at the fact that the devs are super dedicated here to making this project a success, and they really put their a huge effort into getting this done as fast as possible. So I think it's just important to keep that in mind, and as the next couple of weeks shake out, it'll turn into what it should have been from the beginning.
Yeah,
I think it was pretty impressive to see them just decide to throw a staking feature in there at the last minute while they're working on other things, and how quickly they're able to do it. They just woke up one day and thought,
yeah. Well, and it separates us.
And boom, there was a staking feature. Yeah, it's just there.
Yeah,
it's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but they got it done what appeared to be almost overnight. So when they actually spend some time on it, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, no, and it starts separating us from Thor a little bit, right? Thor's going a different direction with their staking. We have the same, we have staking power, but from what I'm understanding, Thor is going to be implementing staking Thor to earn Thor. We went something a little different. So, catch 22. Do we want to just keep following, or do we want to go on our own path? And it looks like the devs want to go on their own path. So, hopefully, we answered your question a little bit. I know you had another one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if there was any talks about a possible like a mechanism within inside y'all's app to where when you're saving up to get another node, almost like whenever you hit the compound button, if there's any way that when you say compound and lock that in, if there's a way that you could earn a small percent, like 0.001%, while your coins are locked away waiting to compound the next node. Like, is there been any talks about that, or is
so earning rewards on your rewards?
Yeah.
Am I understanding correctly? No, there hasn't been talks about that.
Okay, I was just curious if there was a way to lock them in instead of having to cash them out to stake them.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't know how that would be implemented, but I get what you're asking. It's so basically, rather than claiming or compounding at 25, you're holding off till 50, 60, 70, right? Type of thing.
Right. Yeah. Something to just hold it inside the system without having to pull it out.
Yeah, it definitely is something we can put into the community ideas and see if it can be implemented and how. I know the devs right now, their focus has been shifting on us a little bit. I know the contract is huge, and then seeing the farm being pushed out. So with the small dev team they have, we can always pitch it to them. That's basically all I can say.
Like our tax system is already pretty low. They could always do a reduce on that tax that is low after if they don't claim after a certain period of time. For example, if you don't claim for 6 weeks or something, the tax is reduced on claiming.
Yeah, I'm actually hopeful with the new contract. That's something that's implemented, right? We don't, and sadly, we have no idea what's in this new contract. But knowing that Thor kind of has something like that already built into their contract, and ours will be a joint effort with Thor, I have a feeling something will come with that, where as you wait for your ROI, you'll deal with less tax.
Yeah, it's hard to work it out at the moment because our tax is already low compared to Thor's. Their tax was higher to allow them to go lower.
Yeah, correct.
Ours was already set pretty low.
Yep, and their rewards are higher, so it kind of evens out a little bit, right? Like, so you get a little more on their top tier, but then when you're taxed, if you take it out sooner, so it's different. But we'll see what happens with the new contract. That's my hope. Is it's built into that, Bodzilla.
Sweet. Well, that was all I had, brother. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring up Mr. Kevin. Gotta accept it. Mr. Kevin, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened to my speaker, but now it kind of just is off my internal speaker of the phone.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for some reason,
I'll just
mobile
put
does it.
yeah, I'll put it close to my ear. That's okay. So I'm new to this staking and farming thing. So I have two nodes, two power nodes built.
Mhm.
When is the best time to claim rewards, or do we just keep it there and let it accumulate?
So my answer to this usually is, it's up to the investor. Everybody's comfort level is different, right? Yours compared to mine, and then compared to somebody else. Everybody's level of comfort as wanting to take ROI out or just keep compounding is a little different. So it truly depends on your investment strategy and what you're comfortable with. For me, I'll be brutally honest. I like to get my ROI out first before I start compounding. That's just me. I want to make
Okay.
sure, going through the space that we've been through in the past 2 months. You're new to this, but I was going, when Thor and Power started and all the other bad actors in the space that we have started trying to weed out with the Union of Transparency. It was very, very difficult time. So trying to get your ROI out and making sure you weren't part of some kind of bad project made me invest in that way. So just sharing.
It's
Okay.
just a
So
peace of mind.
Yeah.
so if we keep it in there, then am I to assume that it's an automatic compound if we just leave it in there and let it keep growing?
It will not be automatic. We do not have that function yet. Do not know if that's coming, but it has to be done by you. So it's building up. They're stacking, right? So you have two nodes and they're building daily. I don't come back now for a couple days and then check my app and then say, what do I want to do with these rewards? Do I want to compound or do I want to take my ROI out? And it's up to me. So it does not automatically compound. I think I saw a question too. Somebody in the help channel was like, hey, it automatically compounded. How do I fix this? It's like, we don't have that function. It does not automatically compound.
All right, then let me ask that question. So if I do wish to compound, how do I go about that to compound it?
Yes. So you have first you have to have enough, right? So you're going to give it a name. So let's say I'm just going to use, for example, the 10 to create a the normal 10 token tier.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have 11 or 12. Let's make this even better. So let's say you have 12 tokens. You then go in, give it a name. You then select the tier. Make sure you select the tier you want, because if you leave it on flat versal, you will get 12 flat versals when you compound. But select, you want to select the 10 tier token. You select that. You click compound, not create, down at the bottom. So when you have enough, the compound button will highlight.
Okay, only until you have enough to compound. That's when you'll have the option to compound.
Correct, but be careful. If you have two, and I think the normal selection when you click in and go to create generator, the normal selection is flat versal, which only costs 1. So please pay attention which one's selected when you go to click compound.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. All right.
I believe the process will be simplified with the new UI as well.
Yes.
You don't have to enter the name and then select which one you want to compound into. It should be more straightforward.
The new UI is taking the current clunky process into consideration, and creating new generators and compounding will be much easier in the near future.
I could hug you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, something like that, I would. Well, let me ask this one last question. Could that be added to the white paper on how to properly compound?
So there's a lot. Yes, it needs to be, and there's a lot that needs to be updated. Not only the tiers need to be in there, so we're feeding this information back. Sadly, us moderators are just that. I don't know if you've been around too long, but there's a gap between the moderator team, who is just here to help the community, and then there's the developers on the other side who truly manage all of it, like the money and the protocol itself. So we are just that gateway. And we're doing everything we can to try to get the community's input back to them. So we have shared. I I have, I want to say 3 channels of to-do list, gentlemen, of like to-do list and the devs follow up for them to actually follow up with. They're trying to knock it off slowly, and they have allowed, you know, Dabs and Ronan access to start helping. So we're building, we're getting there. And yes, the white paper does need to be updated.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the answers.
No problem. Thank you. All right. Move to audience. Let's bring up the business hut. Got to accept it. Also, we want to try to keep this to an hour. If it goes over and we're having good conversations, that's always okay. But definitely want to try to keep it to an hour, guys. I will say we have 249 in the channel right now. I want to say this is the most we've had for an AMA so far. What's up, the business?
Hey guys, hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. I'm really happy that you actually gave me the floor for a second. I have a quick question. It's not going to be that sophisticated, let's say. It's just a question about the token, the new one that you guys released, energy token. Yeah. Do you guys think it's advisable to start like buying from now, or just to have like small supplies of it for the future?
Oh,
I mean, how do you see this thing playing out? That's the whole question about it.
Yeah. So Ronan and Dabs can back me up on this. I'm going to advise not to. If anything, stake. I wouldn't want to tell you to purchase it. If anything, use the farming and staking, as we don't know the features. Can it explode? Can it do something that we're not sure what's happening on the backside just yet? But once it gets utility, it should become more stable and something more useful. We just don't know yet, right? We're still asking questions as to what it is going to provide.
I see.
I just wouldn't recommend putting money into just that token, because that's truly not what it's meant for, right? I think what happened on day one is people started trying to swing trade it when it launched, and it sent it all over the place. And that, correct me if I'm wrong, Dabs and Ronan, these aren't meant to be that. They're meant to be the token reward system that we're using.
What I would add to that is the whole staking system was implemented in a hurry for that competition.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been obviously the only reason it was implemented. So there would be a utility for it. They would have their own idea of what that's going to be. When they can actually implement their utility is obviously at a later time. But I probably would, I'd say not buy it, but if you can farm it for free and start accumulating it, you wouldn't be wasting your time. I don't believe it will have a utility.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's. Yeah, no, I agree. Thank you, Andos, for clearing that up. I'm not saying it's not going to be useful. I just wouldn't put a bunch of money into it.
The way I see it, there will be a utility for it. Basically, you're going to use it for something in the future, which means that most likely will have a value, right?
I'm going to say this: they have to, otherwise it was a waste of time.
Cool. No, it'll absolutely have utility.
Correct.
If you're gonna buy it right now, this would be, extreme degen, high risk, like light your money on fire and go for it if you want. The better way to look at the energy if you want to participate in future gains is to stake whatever coins you had that the protocol can accept. Start accumulating some energy and make the play that way. That's the much smarter and, quite frankly, risk-free way to participate in whatever swings this thing's going to do. But buying it directly, like, light your cash on fire, go for it. But just know that's what you're doing.
Will it have a value? Yes. Will it have a utility? Yes. What will the value be? The market will decide ultimately. So
yeah, we're just trying to be transparent, right? We're not hear me out, you guys. We're not bashing the coin. We just don't know yet. Like we believe in it and we know what Cut and them are capable of. As we've seen, they've been pushing out. I don't want you to go, oh, okay, I'm gonna drop $5,000 into this, and it continues down into a very volatile position. So we're just warning. That's all.
For me, it just looks that it touched the bottom. That's why I'm asking you that. And I can see some people they've already bought huge chunks of it. So that was actually my question. As you can see on I don't know if you're watching the chart now, but we have a few green candles there, so it looks a bit
like you said, DJ in place.
do your degen play, and you know what I would say? Pay attention to the chat, because when it looks like, utility is coming,
Yeah.
strike
People
while the
start
iron's
running.
hot.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the chance, man. Thank you. You guys
Yeah.
are doing a great job. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, that's sorry, I was trying to find the deck screener for it. Got me trying to look at making some DJ plays myself. No, I'm kidding. Agriff, let's bring you on up. I couldn't believe it too. The day it launched, it was all over for energy. It was crazy to see. I invited you up today. Agriff, are you there? Let's see. I'll also invite Dinho. You guys got to accept the invite to come on up. All right, there's Dinho. You're on mute. Welcome to the stage. Oh, there's also questions in the AMA. Oh, man, I'm all over the place.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry if someone already asked this. Will we be able to deposit tokens inside the nodes? Some
Deposit
like
tokens?
paper nodes inside the node, like paper nodes do.
No, so remember, this is a kind of a different structure. They have a different structure over there at Vapor, much different. So ours are tiers. You can only do in sets of 1, 5s, 10, and 50. I think we've been asked this a couple times. It's just a different structure. That's all it is. There is no reward base off of 58 tokens. You know what I mean? So it'll get complicated.
This because I got like a bunch of tokens in my wallet. I was wondering if I could transform into a superhuman or something.
No, you either, the play here is you either keep saving up and build another, or obviously take your ROI out. So it's a little different. I just understanding the different types of plays, power is a little different.
All right, just wanted to know. Thanks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good question. I think I've seen that like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, no.
All right.
No, it's all good.
I'm sorry about that.
No, good question. Thanks. Let's see. Agriff, you got to accept it. Let's see. Island Boy. I can't say that name without. Sing it, Andos. Island Boy, I sent you an invite, and Gidget invite. Come on up. You guys got to accept it to get up here. I will say this while we wait, and I just want to say, I want to do a shout out real quick to the advisors. So I have made a new role. We now have advisors. They are more so just community volunteers who are killing it and helping in the chat. And I just want to say thank you. First of all, we have Eddard, we have Exy, Polymos, Riddick, and the Black Hole. I want to say, adding the advisor role, you guys are killing it. Polymos is really killing. This man is in chat all day answering, and I just want to say thank you to him real quick.
Yeah, they are doing an amazing job.
They are helping. I am spending a lot of my time in the ticket support, trying to get answers and questions for you guys. I know the mods are too. So there's a lot as we continue to grow, as we continue to get bigger. I will be using just call me Paha, okay? All good. So I just wanted to say that we're going. What was that?
No, they are brilliant. And before I even get a chance to answer some of the questions, I look in the chat, wake up, and look, and everything's already been covered for me.
Yeah.
Houses and penny down, which is brilliant for me.
Yeah, he's killing. The advisors are helpful. So please just remember that as a community, they're volunteers helping, just like us, right? We're volunteers who are helping, but we're connected to the devs. They just are not yet, so they have to go through us. They're more just here and want to help the protocol. And I'm going to be honest, this when and if we keep growing, that will be my stepping stone to adding mods to the team. So keep killing it, you guys. I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you. What's up, Island Boy? You're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, how you guys doing, man?
It's Sunday, and the 49ers won yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I used to be a 49ers fan I used to be a 49ers fan back in the day, Montana days.
That's right. I'm looking at a signed Montana jersey right here in front of me.
Cool,
Stop.
cool. Yeah, I see you guys laughing at my name. So I told you, man, I was born in the island. So
No.
the island boy name is literal.
Hey, that's great. I laugh because when you say Island Boy, now you get those other guys and their song. But no, please don't take offense. Please, I didn't
Nah,
mean.
I'm definitely not. Nah, just one suggestion, because I know I've had this issue once, and I've seen other people experience the issue. Sometimes maybe you're rushing or not paying attention, but I know you have to choose the tier you want to compound into, or when you're creating a new node. But why not just the way same way you have to approve a contract?
Mm-hmm.
Why not force people to choose a tier? In other words, put a radio button in each tier. So basically, if you don't choose a tier, you can't complete the process.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next iteration of the UI is not only going to make it easier to create and compound, but it's going to prevent any unwanted actions from happening. And that's absolutely part of the new flow is, actively selecting the tier you want to go into before hitting the button. So yes, definitely. And it's coming.
Like I said, I could hug this man because I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a ticket the other day. Somebody accidentally compounded 13 into flat versals, and I wanted to cry.
No.
I wanted to cry for him. So yes, it's happened. Yeah. So we agree wholeheartedly that it needs to create a function that is not like an accident. And so Ron and they're on it.
I was with a different protocol I was involved with. I accidentally created the lower tier one, and it was only 1 out of 37. And I'm thinking it's only 1 out of 37, but my eyes were always drawn to it, and it annoyed me endlessly. It's like if you have a slight nick in your car, it's only a small thing, and no one else can see it, but you're just sticking at it because
yeah, and you know what? It happened at Thor too. I'm gonna be. I'm a moderator over there, just kind of on for the U of T type of thing. I really can't handle Thor's side of it, but I seen their ticket system, and somebody I want to say did 50 of the smallest tier on accident.
My God.
Yeah, it's don't worry, you got one. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I definitely don't like how if you click that button by accident, it will use your full spare power to create as many of those flat versals as possible.
Yeah,
instead of doing one at a time. Still, even if you make a mistake, it should only be one at a time. It shouldn't buy 40 of them or something.
I agree.
I don't like that at all.
No, so hopefully Ron and those guys they know about it. And if you guys do have more, keep posting it. These guys, we're reading chat every day.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron.
It's definitely keep posting feedback, things you want to see improved, all of that stuff, because even if you post it and we don't actively like emote it or respond to it or whatever, please know we are reading it, we see it, and it is being considered for the next iteration. So keep giving us the feedback, and I promise you'll get the product you're looking for.
Wrote it, and I'm constantly grabbing things and throwing it at him. And he's like, "Man, all you're doing is delaying this."
So something along those lines, and I don't want to complicate things too much, but I think it was Thor, as a matter of fact, not to bring up their name, but so I compounded with 12.5 tokens for a node for the Thor, whatever. So I had some extra. Of course, it compounded the 12.5 into a new Thor and taxed the rest.
Yes.
Again, I was annoyed because I don't want to tax it. That's why I'm compounding. So it would be nice if you could save the extra into the compound bank or something like that. It may be a bit too complicated, but like compound all and whatever's left is just left. Because I have no idea how, if I'm compounding a new node, if it's ever gonna draw what's left in the bank itself. I mean, in your wallet rather.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna leave that to Dabs and Ronan because that's a good question because I know the system automatically does it. Is there a way? I mean, if you select 10, that should be able to stop it, right, Ronan?
That's unfortunately
that's on the contract side.
Limited. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on our end. Yeah.
So they when we get some information on the new contract, maybe that's something they're considering, and we could bring that to their attention now and hopefully get that worked in. But how the system currently works, it's not going to be changed because that's on the contract.
So basically, you have to pretty much be on the money as close as possible to when you want to compound.
Yeah, otherwise the excess is going to get taxed and shot out to your wallet.
Right. All right. Well, I pretty much have everything laid out on the calendar, so I'll try to be, on point.
Me too. I do the same thing. I have alerts scheduled that pop up and say compound.
Right. Right. All right, guys. Thanks. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Have a good day.
No, thank you.
All right.
Okay, sorry. I want to say we invited up, so I can take Island Boy down and Gidget. You were invited up. You got to accept it. Invite sent. Anybody else? I'm actually pretty surprised. I thought we were gonna have a lot more questions. So if you guys have any, raise your hand. Come on up. There's no one else in the
lack of questions in the AMA is actually a good thing. So we've covered a lot of them in the chat.
I agree, and I'm gonna give a lot of credit to the mods and the advisors helping with so many questions. So if you guys have them, just know there is still a lot to come. I think the biggest question is the energy question. I seen there's a bunch of questions in AMA questions, so I can go through those if you guys want to try to.
I think start going through it.
Baja probably is easier to announce. I like the questions. Okay, let me go to the top for today because there's KYC. And look at Eddard's answering questions for me in there. God, I love it. You guys have been such big help. I can't even explain how much the advisors have been helping the moderators. 2 methods. Found it. Thanks, man. Look at this. Well, there you guys go. Great news. Are the UOT member projects going to be added to the farm? See, so that would be cool, Morgs. That's a good question. I don't see that happening yet. I wish it was something pushed out earlier to where, let's say, Thor could have done AVAX. But I don't know how that works on the contract side for them, but I don't see how they couldn't have. Dabs, would you guys have anything to say on that? Like if they did like a staking of Thor or staking of AVAX?
Yeah, for that to happen, Thor team and the other Hive team would all have to wrap their token so that we can bridge it to Phantom and then allow them to stake.
Yeah, and that just gets complicated. Yeah. No, good answer. And then is the UAT going to have a dedicated website? So I was on the AMA yesterday with Vapor and Thor, and it is coming. There will be a dedicated, I think, Discord and some sites. So more be on the lookout. Hey guys, I'm a new member here, so I wanted to clarify something before I created my nodes. So when I create a generator, from my understanding, I can claim the rewards whenever I want, but can I claim the whole 10 power tokens? So like the whole generator whenever I want? No. So when you sacrifice your 10 tokens, they are gone. They go back into the protocol to help continue to build the protocol, and then your ROI is depending on which tier you make, you get, what is it, 0.025 for the flat versal. I have to look at the tiers. I don't have it off the top of my head. But your ROI will be dependent on which one you created. So for the 10, I think it's... Go ahead.
It's a purchase, not a stake.
Yeah, there you go.
That node, you haven't staked into it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's correct. It's a purchase. So I hope that answered your question in S79. And then Sam also answered him. Thank you, Sam. Is multi-chain launchpad being considered for a future release? Is multi-chain launchpad kind of like what you're talking about, like what maybe Vapor's doing with their Vapor chain? I don't know if that's something. Is that in the white paper? I don't think does Power have that in the white paper? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think it's in the conversations yet, but I wouldn't say it's not for the team. It's always something that they could pick up and then try to do. But for right now, I would say no. Morgs on that.
It is something that's been thrown around by a few different projects that I've been following. Something a bit new. Whether Cut decides to take up on it or not, if he sees the potential in it, he probably will.
Yeah, they also got to, that takes a considerable amount of time too and work. So they got to be prepared for it. So, when is the incredible and game-changing use case going to be announced for energy token. TB 1972. I hope soon. I hope we get some clarity as to what is the use case. There's been a lot of good information from the community, as I mentioned earlier, with potential for NFTs, boosting NFTs used to then take and restake. Lots of things been thrown out there. So
one use case that I saw the other day that I thought was good was the like a node fee that you pay like with Strong and all the others, but then paid in energy instead of with power. So then that gives it a use case and keeps those tokens circulated.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Well. So when I claim type of thing, rather than paying with
like when you how like Strong nodes and stuff, they have like a monthly fee for the node.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we don't have a monthly fee at all.
Yeah.
But it would generate revenue and whatnot. It would give it use as well.
I see. All right. Do we plan to offer Node as an NFT which can be sold like Thor or Vapor mentioned in an AMA? So, Pat, go back to kind of the conversation that we do work hand in hand with Thor. I've asked the question about NFTs because if it's something I want to start moving on it now, I want to start getting some creators and designing, have not been answered on it. I will say that probably the new contract will probably have it built into it, and we'll just have to do it when that's released. But I was hopeful that if we're going to do it, I've gotten some insight and I would have been able to start working on getting some designers, because there's some amazing ones. I started talking to, I'm going to throw one out there. What's his name? Duck. He's in the chat right now. I seen him. I can't find his name. Maybe he left. But I've been having some really good conversations trying to get some designers on board for something like that. I just have not been given the answer that yes, we're going to do NFTs.
I'll just touch on that.
Go ahead.
I'll just touch on that quickly too with the NFTs, like turning the nodes into NFTs and making them sellable and stuff. There is two potential things that can arise from that as well, and that's if you make the nodes into NFTs and make them sellable, then it also means that if someone does compromise your wallet, they are able to then move your node to a different wallet completely, which is an issue.
Yep.
You see it in Strong all the time where people have their wallets compromised, but the person is not able to then move the node, which means they've still got a chance to at least claim their rewards at times. So that could be a downside. Also, if you make the node sellable, it would reduce a lot of the buying of the actual token itself. People will go on the second market and then buy a node off someone else for a discount instead of buying the token, which could have an effect on price.
Yep. Yeah. No. Absolutely. There's a lot of positives and negatives. Yeah.
It goes both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Good point too. I like that. Definitely need to hear both sides of it. I think NFTs is where a lot of these are going. And it's kind of the space. So I know with Cut not getting that answer and seeing also where we're going with staking, I'll be honest with you, me and Nylock, my man Nylock talk, and he was like kind of upset with the way we went. And it's like, hey, listen, we're not following every way you guys go. So this is kind of good, right? It's good and bad. We can't be an identical match to you guys always. So knowing that with the developers, we'll see. That's all we can say.
Yeah, there was one idea there as well that if you did make the nodes into NFTs and make them sellable, then a percentage of the sale price could then be used as like a tax. So the person sells instead of selling a human node for 10 tokens, they might sell it for 9, but then maybe 2 of that 9 token sale is then sold or burnt as like a tax system, so then it doesn't have much of an effect on the price. Like the project still gets a kickback from that sale on the second market.
Yeah, that's definitely something I've heard with Thor, right? Is another source of revenue for the protocol.
Yeah.
Okay. I brought up Pa and Dino. You requested again. Did you mean to?
Yeah, it's me again. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Let me let Paha.
I don't know.
Let me let Paha go first. He was before you. I didn't know if you wanted to come up again, so I just brought you up. So Paha, what's up, man?
What's up?
What is up?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Thanks for having me. So yeah, I have a question regarding NFTs. Like, there's a current trend with raffle NFTs. So basically, all the proceeds from the minting are used to, for example, create nodes, and then all the tokens generated from the nodes would be then raffled weekly to the NFT holders. Like, would this be something that we could do?
I know lottery was something on the roadmap. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but what would we call what would we call this? Would that fall? That wouldn't fall in the category of lottery. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, lottery's a
There
little bit
are
different. 'Cause obviously, you're buying them each time.
Yeah. Wow, that's a
there are
great idea.
many,
Throw it in the community thing, and I'll throw it to Cut in the team and see what. I actually just put it in the advisors chat that we have. I think you've been putting some good info in there, so don't let it get lost.
I'll write there.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And again, thank you for all your good work, dude. Hard
Happy
work.
to help.
Happy to have you. All right. Let's move in. All right. Dinho. Is that how you say it?
Dino.
Dinho, my bad.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know if there's some sort of program or something that if I create content to contribute with the awareness of power, like videos and that kind of stuff, can I be like and send to you guys? Can I be rewarded in power or something like this? I'm not an influencer or something like this. I'm no one. But if I create content, and submit to you guys and you guys approve, can I be paid for something like this?
Here's what I will say. If you create content and it's used, I will push to get you compensated. Period. That's
okay.
just how if it's
that's
used.
a deal. All right.
that's it. So and that goes for anywhere I'm at. I don't like anybody working for free. I know we do contests, and so we're doing the contest for like the I don't want to say avatars.
I only take superhuman nodes as a compensation.
You only take superhuman nodes. No, but it's definitely I will. That's what I'll say. But what's going to happen is I can't guarantee you it's going to be used, right? So let's say you create something, right. I then give it to Cut to want to be used. Oh, he left, but it's all good. But if he doesn't want to use it, I can't guarantee you he's going to compensate you for that. So if it's used, let's say they used it on Twitter or for something for the site, I would say they have to compensate you. So I'll say that. All right, Gidget.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, because last time I was talking, you couldn't. So, so I have a couple questions because this is a little. I've had strong nodes for a while, so you guys are new to me though. As far as I just started the power nodes, so I accidentally made a flat versal and a microscopic. So I guess one of my questions would be, there were, is there going to be a way to if you have so many flat scopics that you can
compound move
into a generator, or is there a way that we can get credit for what we have and add to it and turn it into a generator?
So I've had that question a couple of times. It's not an option yet. I know I want to say that mods have asked, but it would have to come into the new contract and be built in.
Gotcha.
So I want to say this too. I know Thor gets this question on the daily too, with all their ticket system that they have as well. So we can ask, we can see if it can be built in, as Dabs and Ronan mentioned. That's something a UI couldn't do. It'd be on the contract side, correct, guys?
Not a problem. Now I want to know if there's any other. Now and it just could be me, and maybe it's just something I need to put a support ticket. But I just thought maybe other people are having the same issue. Is the app is glitchy, so sometimes I have to refresh it 3, 4, 5 times for all my nodes to appear. Like it'll pop up one of them, and then I refresh it. It pops up 3 of them, and then I refresh it. Sometimes it pops them up and it doesn't show the rewards are there. So I have to refresh it like 5 times to get the app to actually show me all my nodes. And I don't know if that's something
You're definitely not alone.
Having.
Yeah. You're definitely not alone. Go ahead, Debs.
So this is not actually on the DApp itself, but more so on the Phantom network. So whenever there's a lot of people using the network, it could cause data to be read at a slower rate, which means it takes a lot longer for your nodes or the data for your nodes and your rewards to be displayed on the screen.
Yeah, and I know this. So there's a lot of factors. Here's what I'm gonna say. There's a lot of factors. Your connection to the internet, one. Like I saw somebody who was struggling, and they showed me a screenshot on their mobile phone, and they had one bar and not on Wi-Fi, and they're like, so that's one issue, right? I'm not saying you have bad connection. I'm just giving you the list of potential issues, because I'm gonna be brutally honest. I'm hardwired in on my computer, and I have not had an issue. Yes, it takes a little bit to load, but to what Dabs also mentioned is the amount of information. Let's say you have a full wallet, and I get this in support tickets almost daily, is that they're missing or they're not updating. The amount of data being pushed to the site can't keep up, or your computer can't keep up, because it's all live data being pushed to, and it's just struggling. When you have that much instant information trying to be pushed, it's just struggling. So the information's there. I promise you, even if it says 0, if you refresh, it's there. I promise you. And I've had a couple of the devs confirm and make sure on a couple of these. But there's so many factors: the network, your connection, how many you have in your wallet. So something hopefully our new UI can maybe booster, but I doubt it. As it.
Good. Okay. I'm gonna keep going here.
Oh.
So, the compounding. So, if I am saving my rewards so I can build another generator, do I have to wait till I have 50, or can I start putting those, claiming the rewards and putting them in the compound? And when it gets 50, when I finally get 50, it will allow me to build a generator? Or do I leave them just sitting there in my rewards pool and don't claim them until I have 50 for another generator?
If you're claiming them, you will be paying a tax.
Yeah, so
you are better off leaving them.
Yeah, let's make sure we're using the right term. So claiming means you're taking it off of your rewards page and putting it into your wallet. So claim, don't say claim if you're trying to compound. Making sure we're just using the right terms here is all I'm cleaning up. If your goal is to try to get a superhuman node with your rewards, just let it build up to 50, and then that's when you can compound into. Once you claim and take out of, you now have to purchase some or claim again to then have 50 in your wallet to then create, if that makes sense.
Okay. So that's where so that's when I see 50, then that's when I would create a node name and go in and hit the compound button to create another generator.
Select your tier first, then compound. Make sure you selected the right tier that you want to compound into, so you don't create 50 of the small ones.
Gotcha. And then one last question is, I do have, like I said, because I accidentally made the flat version on the microscopic, and I have a superhuman, but I cannot claim all rewards. I have to claim everything individually. So I was a little confused on that. If you have multiple tiers, shouldn't that claim all rewards button work?
If you have all 4 tiers, I believe you can.
Yeah, we currently have a bug where if you are on mobile, I'm not sure if it's the same for desktop, but it is. I do nothing but mobile. You do need one of each node or generator in order for that claim all reward button to turn on. On the next UI update, we will be making sure that that is not the case. I believe it's just something with the app right now on the client side that is preventing that button from turning on unless you have one of each generator.
Correct.
So one flat personal, one microscopic, and 3 superhuman doesn't constitute one of each, because there's one more I'm missing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're missing the human one.
Yeah, so technically, kind of God mode is technically needed, but it doesn't make sense to me, because I'm gonna be brutally honest. When we first did this, I compounded into flat versal and a microscopic in the beginning without having it all. So, like you said, it's kind of a glitch bug. It depends on. It does not make sense because I've done it. So
No, that's fine. And you know what? I'm not it's trial and error, and I made some mistakes, and sometimes we learn the hard way. I'm not upset. I'm just trying to see if there's ways to fix it.
Yeah, I think that's where our God mode is different to Thor. Thor needs one of each to compound into each tier. We can compound into any tier without having all the tiers. We just need all the tiers to collect all the rewards in one go. That's the only thing it will do for us.
Yeah. Just there's that bug for some reason. I think it may be mobile or something.
The good thing is that you know what? Yeah, I know some people are saying that. I noticed some comments that you guys didn't announce stuff, but word of mouth is everything, and I belong to other discords. And I just spent this morning because I'm their strong node. I helped them build their first strong node. And so, I just spent the morning and I had a power node building class with, 5 people from another Discord that aren't comfortable bridging, that aren't comfortable doing any of that. So, um, so you know what? Word of mouth is everything, and if we want this to grow, I just want to shout out to everybody. As a team, we make this grow. We tell our
Yes.
friends about it, and if it takes getting on a voice channel with friends in your Discord, like I've done in another Discord that I have some close friends in, and they trust me, and I said, hey, I like these power nodes, and they're like, let's do it. So go this morning.
Love
We
it.
had a class at 10 a.m. I'm in California Pacific time, and 5 of us got together, and I taught them how to build power nodes. So, we can make this happen. We can make this grow. That's how Strong grew, and that's how Thor grows. And it's not just necessarily what these guys are advertising. We have the power to make this grow. We
Oh,
really.
I could. Where are you at in California? Because you must be close to me. Because I'm in California. I'm coming to give you a hug.
Yeah, I love hugs. Give me whiskey.
Yeah.
I like
but but
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
Gidget, I'm
over in
gonna.
Southern California. I'm over in Valencia, Magic Mountain area.
Oh, you're 2.5 hours from me. That's not too far. Gidget, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna live on this. I'm gonna offer you the advisor role, and if that's something you want to come into here, and we
Oh,
can do
yeah.
some of those live helping people.
Yeah,
We'd
I love
love to have you.
I love it. That'd be great.
All right.
Except you're the man. Thank
No,
you.
love it.
Through the computer.
Oh man, this is great. Thank you, Gidget, and welcome. I've added you as an advisor already. And if that's something we can start building, and that's ultimately what we need, right? Is we need the community to come together, and we got to keep trying to help each other. And that's how I end each AMA is, we together can keep out FUD. We together can build this and keep pushing. So, Gidget, thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you. You guys got a great thing. I'm really looking forward to it, and I got more friends to help.
Love it. Thank you.
Power to the power.
Yeah, powers. See, we gotta get that slogan done. All right, Gidget, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Oh man, this is Vega Bondivian. Ooh,
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear
good.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. First of all, thanks for hosting this AMA. I just had a quick question in the compounding. I don't know if this has been asked yet. So I have a couple of superhuman nodes, and I compounded like my rewards to make some more.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make one like Viv 21, and instead it created Viv 210, Viv 211, and I guess it like took all the rewards. So
Oh yeah. So you had, let me just like, let's say you had 105, and it made 2 for you.
It made 2 for me, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's something we are working on into the next UI to try to stop that. That's just part of the contract with how it takes it, right, Dabs? Ronnie, you guys were mentioning that that's a contract thing.
Yeah, it's a contract thing. Basically what happens is when you do a compound, the contract will take all of your coins and then do division to create as many generators as you can, and then all your remaining rewards will then be taxed 10% and then be moved to your wallet.
Okay, yeah, because I did notice that some rewards were put in my wallet, and I was just like, how did that get there? So it's my first time like compounding it. Okay, and then if I were to do the compound feature, and let's just say I have 100 tokens, right? And I wanted to do, just one human, it would do 10 humans. Like you can't do like one human, one superhuman, one flat versal, right? Like it's just gonna compound all in that same tier.
That's right. As of right now, it's a contract issue. So it is something that we'll definitely bring up to the devs so that, we all have more options. I think what will happen though is that in the new contract, if you hit compound, they will probably, like, if you do a compound on a human and you have 100 coins, it will probably create the human for you, but then it will take the 90 that you have extra, tax it, and then move it into your wallet.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to put it to the devs right now, and somehow try to at least put it out there in front of them as it. as I agree, it's kind of a slippery slope, right? You're saving up and you want to only do one and then not get taxed on those yet or something, right? Giving us the options. Let's see what they can do. I'm gonna ask, so I'm doing it right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I do have one other question, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yep, go for it.
The question that I have is like Thor's doing that OTC buying and selling. Are you guys gonna have the same option as well?
So I've asked. I trying to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm also over in Vapor too, and I'm trying to find a better way, if that makes sense, rather than using the support tickets. It makes me a little nervous with large amounts of money. And what happens is the protocol is now between two different people, right? We're now connecting them, and hopefully everything works out well, and we can find a better system where the security's there. But if something was to ever go wrong, let's say money was sent and then the other person didn't, and now we're getting into the issues. How is the protocol, now involved, right? And I want to be careful. So having Cut, who is a security advisor in real life for his real job, it gives me some sense of security that he's going to look into it a lot better than say me. But I have asked the question about over the counter and have not gotten an answer. So I'm gonna tread lightly there for myself as well as the team, but it's definitely something we're asking for. I think it's something that is really awesome and something that can be done. I just think it needs to have a little more thought into it. Is all I'm gonna say.
Cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. That's pretty much it. That's all the questions I have. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, man. Loving it today.
All right. We'll have one more.
One more question. Oh yeah, we're coming up right on the hour.
One more.
Move to
Yes,
audience,
sir.
and there's one person left. I've invited Mr. Stone, or he's been invited, and we'll call it good. All right. Stone, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome to the stage.
I have, thank you so much for having me. I have one question and one suggestion.
Okay.
One question is that I wasn't actually I'm invested, but I wasn't aware about the claim tax. So the question is that I am totally in favor of having the claim tax first of all. Like Thor has up to 25%, so I love this claim tax, but there is no cooldown period. Like after certain days of holding the node, I can claim it with just 1% tax, like how Thor nodes have, which is after ROI, I can claim once and the period gets reset back to the original ROI. So that way, if a person who is waiting for his rewards to accumulate and wants to cash out, still he has to pay 10%. That means basically it's like it's I can claim anytime. If anyways I'm going to pay tax 10%, no matter today or instead of waiting for another a month. So, what is your opinion on that?
So
yeah, I mentioned this before as well. Yeah.
Go ahead. What was that, Andos?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I mentioned this before as well. It kind of doesn't have an incentive to hold longer if you're going to pay the tax anyway. Is what he's saying. So
Yeah.
You can claim 100 times in a week, and the only thing you're going to be paying is more of a transaction fee more than less tax. So I think our tax is already low at 10% compared to Thor's. It starts at 25% and works its way down. But I think there definitely could be something implemented to reduce the tax completely if you do hold the ROI each time.
Yeah.
I think that is a good idea. I think it's something that should be done.
I'm hopeful. Here's what I'm gonna say is that I know I'm gonna be brutally honest. I'm glad we didn't go to what Thor did in the beginning, because the mass confusion that has created with knowing when and when you tell me with Thor you have to track your own ROI. There is not a counter there, so it has created a lot of confusion and the decay that comes with it. I do think it's a great model, but it needs to be built into the UI, in my opinion.
I think, see, as per the last update, I think Thor team said that in the new UI they are going to launch in February with the new contract.
Yep.
There will be a timer which will go to 0 after your ROI, but it's fine. But
yeah.
In fact, I like more Thor tax system, which is like heavy tax for early claimer, 25%. That is something really I don't want to lose. But yes, it does not penalize for me waiting for a month to accumulate, and I pay only 1%, which is fine. But here it's basically the 10% tax. If I have right now two superhuman nodes and I want to claim right now, I can do that, or else I can wait for a month also. There is no difference in
Yeah,
that.
you didn't let me
There's no
finish.
incentive.
You didn't let me finish. So
Yeah.
what I was going
Sorry.
to say
Sorry.
is I'm
Yeah.
glad we didn't do it yet because we
Mhm.
don't have the UI and it just created a ton of confusion. I'm hoping with the new contract, maybe that's
Okay.
something we do move to, because I do like I agree. We need incentive to either hold or not hold and not just pay a 10%. Like there needs to be. I agree wholeheartedly. So finishing my comment, it was until we're there, all it would create is just a ton of work and information overload for you guys and ourselves with trying to explain the ROI in just a picture or spreadsheet. That's all I was trying to say was I do like the model once it's built into the system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
I think one of the reasons why we also didn't move forward with it is that Cut and our team does have a financial advisor on board, and they always come to that guy regarding like rewards and taxes and all that stuff. So it's probably one reason why we might get it or we might not get it, because everything has to run through the financial advisor.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Thor has one either, but I know for a fact we do.
Yeah, no, lots going on there, and I think we stuck with a simpler version for now and basic, just because knowing what we've got coming and what they're working on. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. Looking at Thor, I love Thor, and they are always moving, but that ROI has created a ton of confusion for people, and there's always questions and always wondering, hey, when's my ROI? Because I claimed, and now you're trying to remember when you claimed again, and now trying to count the ROI again. So
the changes in innovation is a great thing, but then obviously you got the more you innovate and the more you change, the more complicated you do get. The confusion there is.
Yeah, once the UI does it, I think it'll be one of the best things on the market. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Mr. Stone. It is a great feature and it gives incentive. They're not there yet, and neither are we. And I hope it is something we do move to, and it'll be a conversation once the new contract is revealed to us.
Yeah, honestly, see, I'm not looking for any incentives or additional rewards for holders, but yes, penalizing the pepper hands, it's more important to control the sell pressure
I
than
agree.
anything else.
I love it.
And I would love to. I never ask for any rewards in any team that I am in, but yeah, controlling is the main thing that I would look for. That Thor has done that 25%. Yes, I really think twice before claiming if I really want to claim it in my wallet. Now, the second question moving forward is second question is that if I want to, I have never reached the stage of accumulating and compounding yet. Maybe in few days I'll reach another node. But compounding also gets taxed. I just want to know that so I can ask further.
No, you do not.
It doesn't.
It does not. So if you have 51 in your wallet, or in your rewards, you compound. 50 will be put into a super node, and the 1 will be taxed into your wallet.
Yeah, that will be claimed in my wallet.
Yes.
So in that's pretty much clear. So one thing I wanted to suggest, the lady who was talking before suggested to give you the option of compounding. Let's say I want to make I have 100 tokens, but I want to make only one super node and remaining I want to claim. Now, you said that the contract will create only one and directly claim the rest of the tokens. But if me who wants to use all the 100 to make both the nodes, and somebody who wants to use 100 tokens but only make one node and get 50 tokens in his wallet, will that option be given before the system automatically does, depending on the number of tokens and reward? Am I sounding too confusing, or should I just say it again?
I think what happens if you've got 100 tokens and you want to create one superhuman, I think the contract will automatically create 2 superhumans.
Yeah,
if
I think it's a
101. If you've got, for example, 99 tokens, it will automatically create the 1 superhuman, and then the 49 will go to your wallet. That's right. Yeah, so it depends if you've got an even number to the amount of nodes.
I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think you informed her that in new contract that you will try to implement to
We're gonna
give an
ask.
option.
We're
Of,
gonna all we can do is ask for what they can implement, because I know, like we said, Thor and Power are working together. We have no idea what's coming in the new contract. I'm brutally honest. We have no idea. They're not going to share it either, because what I've noticed in the space is a lot of people want to fork Thor a lot. I've been asked in DMs for their codes for version 2, and this is going to be their version 3. And it will not be shared. So we have no idea what's coming. All we can do is share what you're asking for and see if it's part of the next plan or if it's not, and what the
See,
contract
my
does now.
point is, if I am happy with the current system,
Mhm.
that it creates automatically 2 nodes if I have enough tokens. Okay, the reason being is, if I want to claim and I don't want to make a node, I will just claim when I reach 50. I will not
Yeah.
wait for 100 to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my point. But if tomorrow you say that the contract is implemented, that it will create only 1 node and rest 15 tokens, even if I have enough to make another node, it will get claimed. That means I'll get taxed 10% without me even wanting to do that. So it should be an option. If it is implemented, either
Yes.
it remains same as current system, or if it is implemented, then it should be given as an option before claiming whether I want to make 2 nodes, whether I want to make 1 and claim the rest, what exactly the user wants. That's what I would love to see if it is implemented. If it is not, I'm happy with the current system. That's my point.
Agree. And I think that's what I kind of said, was as an option to do what you can. But again, that's not something we can control just yet. But
it would be nice for the new contract and the UI to have a lot more prompt for each step. Yeah, to prompt every single thing. Yeah, I think it should happen. It would be good, but we'll have to see.
That's it from my side. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. No, good questions, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Brent, just quickly before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
with that new contract coming from Thor next month, am I correct in thinking in saying that that contract's not going to be like public available to all projects? It's just going to be kept within the union for access. Like,
yes,
is Power going to have like a unique access to that contract?
Guarantee it. I already had multiple other groups reach out to me that, I do my feelers and I'm in other groups. Some people follow me around or find me in other discords where I'm trying to see if they are capable and can fall in line with the UFT requirements, and if they're going to make it, if they're legit or not. So even in those, I've been requested, like, hey, we're struggling, right? I know there's multiple other node platforms. They're struggling with the gas. They're struggling with reward systems. They're struggling with certain things. And they're like, can't we just get the code from Thor? And the answer is no.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important thing to know as well. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that want to fork these projects, but they're just not going to be able to.
Yeah, and
they can try with their own code, but it's never going to be a fork.
Correct. And I'm going to say this, Power, we're viewed as the little brother over here, and we got to make our own path. But the partnership we have forged with Thor, we are the only ones that will have access to that. And our devs are having input into it. So it's not like they're just creating it and handed on to us. As Cut has told me directly, they are having a meeting with Thor and they're going through the contracts and stuff how they're working through it. Right. So we are working hand in hand with them. So that's great news. But that's a great point, Andos, is there won't be anybody else other than us with it.
Yeah, it's important for the community to know that. I think that's a good point.
It's huge. So great news, great AMA. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little nervous with the the launch of our farms, as it was a little bit rushed, but you guys pulled through. Everybody did our best to try to reach the NFT goal. I don't have official numbers. I do have the advisor, Paha, gave a spreadsheet to me, which that guy is killing it. But it's unofficial, right? It's just us. He's going off of what wallet he thinks is the pool that this is all being pulled from, which I think he's accurate. But it's not directly from Cut or the devs team. But I think we got close to 2 million, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at it today. I think it was yesterday 1.2 million. So sadly we were nowhere near the top 20, but it was worth a try. And so I hope you guys understand that the goal and the true intent of the forums was not for the NFT. It was just an added push. That's all. We now have staking. We can stake and earn energy, and we're waiting for the use cases for those, and what that entails is coming. That's all I can say with that. With that being said, that's it for this AMA, you guys. I'm going to end it the same way I do every time. Thank you. Let's stay as a community, stay strong, and we together can do this and keep out all the bad actors. Thank you guys. Have a good day.